How many people do you typically cook for?
I guess 3.
You'd need to cook for 3 people?
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight we're cooking for about 3 hungry people or 4 people. So I'm gonna show you how to cook chicken thighs, bone-in chicken thighs. All you need to cook bone-in chicken thighs is the chicken and some sort of seasoning, which is that'll be the first thing we start with.
I already washed my hands.
Good, that is the first thing to do.
Okay.
I'm also going to show you how to cook a simple vegetable course
Ooh.
and a simple starch.
Good.
So those are all, we're going to basically go over roasting a meat protein, roasting a starch, and sauteing a vegetable.
So I have all
This is a full meal.
full meal.
Yeah, you just need
Excellent.
some wine or something.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't drink, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some juice.
Yeah.
Okay, so in order to cook, so what do you have access to as far as tools? Like how many pans
I
do
have
you
a
have?
full kitchen.
You have a full kitchen?
Yeah.
So to
I
cook
have
along,
that stuff.
Okay. So to cook along tonight, you would essentially need 2 pans and a baking sheet.
Oh.
Do you have a baking sheet?
Yes.
Okay. A baking
Smaller
sheet.
one, but I have a baking sheet.
You can use, instead of a baking sheet, you can always use a pan.
Okay.
All right, so the first thing that we want to do, we're in the kitchen, right? We need to turn on the oven. The oven's on 425 degrees.
Oh, is it already on? Okay.
Yeah, I already
see
turned it on.
Okay.
And 425 degrees is the temperature you want to typically roast vegetables or chicken at.
Oh, okay.
400 degrees is where the Maillard reaction happens, which is basically, you know, when things start to turn like black and crispy? That's what that is. It's 400 degrees.
Okay.
And we will go a little bit higher than that to cook things faster.
Just to make sure it put a crisp on it.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're also gonna start our pan. This is the pan we're gonna cook our chicken in.
Okay.
And we're just gonna turn it on to like a medium-high heat.
Okay.
And let it get hot for 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Good.
That's the thing that most people need to learn how to do in the kitchen.
And that one's on high.
That one's not on yet.
Oh.
We're not gonna turn that one on yet.
Okay.
The thing that most people, like when you cook at home, do you cook?
Very rarely.
What was the last thing you cooked?
I actually I'll do like pancakes or macaroni and cheese. I don't cook. I'm a cook's helper.
Okay.
I will prepare food. I will wash dishes. I clean the floors or whatever, but I don't actually cook because I got spoiled. My best friend is a great cook, and my ex-wife is a great cook.
Right.
So I never actually do it. I just assist them. I would stock her spice rack. I would do everything except the magic of cooking.
Okay. Well, the cooking part.
And I can cook rice.
The cooking part's like the easy part.
Okay.
It's just basic technique.
Okay.
The hardest thing for most people when they're cooking is just leaving things alone.
Yeah.
Right. Like when you cook a pancake, you have to let the pan get hot, right? If you
Yeah.
try and cook a pancake and just put it in too early, you're not gonna have a good pancake.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what most people don't realize with anything, is you just need to let things get to where they're gonna be.
Okay.
So we're letting this pan get hot, and in the meantime, we can prep our chicken.
Okay.
So all we're gonna do to season this chicken, we're not gonna use any oil or anything.
Okay.
Because when you buy skin-on chicken, it has a lot of fat in it. And essentially when you use oil in a pan, you're just adding fat. You're using artificial fat, basically.
So you're going to use the fat from the skin.
Right.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just gonna cook out of the skin.
Okay.
So it's the easiest way to cook, and it tastes the best, because you're not adding any other flavors. So we're just gonna take the chicken, just add a little bit of seasoning. You don't even have to add much. You can do this with just salt and pepper.
Do I sprinkle it on?
You can taste it. It's just chicken seasoning. And we're gonna let that sit. Okay, so our pan's getting hot, our chicken is sitting, so we can start focusing on the other parts of the kitchen. You'll move the camera to look at these vegetables again.
So, how are your ratings doing?
They come and they go.
Okay.
This show, I'm sure no one's watching right now.
Oh, because it's Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday night. I think we have a show later. The show we had earlier today had some pretty good ratings.
Oh, what was it?
It was a comedy in the kitchen.
Comedy in the kitchen.
Yeah, today's
is that,
like a
is that where
kitchen
the
day.
Russian guy shows up that looks a lot like you?
No, it was a bunch of stand-up comedians that are funnier than me.
Oh, and then yeah, I think I've seen the parts of that, but I've never. I got to watch it more.
All right, so do you know what these are?
Parsnips.
That's a parsnip, yeah. So we have parsnip, garlic, zucchini, and onion.
Okay.
The parsnips are going to cook by themselves, so we're going to focus on them first. We're basically doing these things in order of time. So like if you think about, we want to get all this done in under an hour. The chicken's going to take 35 minutes, about.
Okay.
The parsnips will take about 40 minutes. And the vegetables will take anywhere from 10 minutes to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So we want to focus on this before we start cooking anything else.
Okay.
So we're just going to peel it up. Do you know why we peel things like parsnips?
No.
Parsnips and carrots are similar in texture, and the outside tends to burn faster than anything else. It also tends to trap in moisture. So when you cook this thing, if you were to cut it in half like I'm about to do, if you were to leave the skin on, it will sort of pull, and it'll make sort of a weird shape, which I don't like. This is gonna be more uniform. Okay, so. You know how to cut things?
Yeah.
You're good at prepping, just not cooking?
Yeah.
Okay, so do we need to go over things like making a plane?
A plane.
Yeah. Make me nervous with that knife, Dirk.
Oh, because of my zany personality.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with the
I'm nonviolent. Even when I talk about politics,
Let me get the knife.
whatever,
So when you're cutting things, you typically want to have a flat surface to cut them on.
Yeah.
So when you cut, say like this parsnip, I'm gonna make it cut in half, so then you have an easier way to cut it next. You can.
Should I get rid of this?
No, you're fine. Dirk, I'm gonna cook. Dirk, I'm gonna cook. You're here to watch.
Okay. All right. Cool.
This is episode 1. In episode 2, I might let you cook something, right?
Oh, I'll get a promotion.
Yeah.
So right now I'm.
Right now you're here to
private
watch.
first class.
Yeah. And ask questions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk into you though.
Good. Because I'm sensitive.
Are you sensitive, Dirk?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like you could be a sensitive guy.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this one's a little bigger. Parsnips have a bitter root in them. The middle of it's bitter. So you need to remove that when you prepare the parsnip. Only on the big ones though. So we're just gonna continue cutting these in half.
Now, what did you eat earlier today?
What did I eat earlier? Does my breast stink?
Yeah, it does.
Does
I hate
it?
to say it, but
I have the flu.
Oh, you have the flu?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sicknesses sometimes make you get bad breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that. Okay, we got these.
Well, you don't want to be kissing Mrs.
She gave it to me, man.
She did. Oh, so you're getting her back.
Yeah.
You should get her back just by making her kiss you tonight.
I don't need to do that.
You don't want to. Oh, because she's the Mrs.
Well, because
You guys are still dating. You would.
we might get each other sick again. All right, so we're just cutting these into uniform shapes. This is so whenever you're baking or roasting something, you want to make sure all of the pieces are generally the same size. Otherwise, they're going to cook unevenly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right here.
Put the chicken on the tray with him.
Nope, no chicken on the tray, just the parsnips. It's a bit of a big tray. It's probably too big for what we want it for.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's not going to hurt the tray.
And this, of course, is brought to us by Farmbox.
It is brought to us by Farmbox.
They seem to do a good job, I will tell you. And now that they're also picked up, there's a place.
Yeah, man, they're expanding here.
Yeah.
So we're adding a little bit of olive oil to the parsnip. Nothing else.
And especially the people on There's a Place, and not just the guests, but the host. I always am concerned. He laughs at me because I always did you eat enough fruit this week, or did you eat enough vegetables this week? Like his mother, and he's like, oh.
Adam is skinny, so yeah. He always takes fruit from us.
Good. Well, that's because it's here. So you have to make it available.
Yeah.
And like any good parent, you have to make things available for your child.
All right, so this is going in the oven on 425 degrees.
Okay.
For about 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, let's cook our chicken.
That's my.
Chicken's really easy. So this pan's been heating up for what now? 10 minutes. A good way to test it.
Oh, and if you want it cook and talk at the same time, of course we're already doing that.
So See how the water sort of evaporates immediately?
Yeah.
This pan's actually really hot, so the water is actually bouncing around.
Yeah.
But that means the pan's nice and hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken and use the tongs. I'm just going to put it in the pan skin side down.
Skin side down. There we go.
Skin side down.
And that's on medium hot.
Medium high hot, yeah. And we're going to let that cook for 5 minutes. Don't touch it, don't look at it, just let it cook.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And what that's going to do is, so a lot of people, would you think that's going to stick to the pan? There's no oil or anything?
I'd be concerned about it.
What happens is when it first goes into the pan, it's basically going to stick to the cold. Well, the cold chicken's going to stick to the hot pan, and it's going to start to get really hot inside and release all the fat.
Okay.
And then it's going to start to cure, and it's going to come off of the pan.
Okay.
So
good.
if you try and move the chicken
Now-
with it, right now, it's going to look like shit. It's going to stick to the pan. It's going to be
So
gross.
you wait how many minutes?
5 minutes.
At least minimum 5 minutes before you move it.
Yeah, before you move it.
Okay.
And what it's going to do is it's going to give it time to give you that nice, like, roasted chicken, crispy skin.
Okay.
And it's just going to pop off of the pan before you have to do
Cool.
anything. That's something that most people don't realize about cooking, like proteins, is that the first thing that anything does when you put it on heat is sticks to it.
Okay.
But then it starts to release as it gets that nice, like, crispiness.
So you're one of your things that you're teaching me is that don't get nervous and try to manhandle things. Let things
Right.
kind of do their own thing.
Exactly.
You know. Let food kind of cook itself. Kind of like how when they say when you're mopping,
Yeah.
when you swirl the mop, you let the mop do the work for you. Don't.
That's right.
Yeah. That's what you're doing.
Well, and especially with most things, like if you cook a steak, like you like to grill, you don't turn the steak until it's almost done.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to let all that juice that's pooling on top just sort of go into the pan.
Yeah.
Or go into the grill.
Yeah.
And that's the same situation here. So we have to let that cook.
So tonight, over at Echo Park Film Academy, is Adam Papagon's hosting something.
Yeah, did enough people sign up?
I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook in a week, which is rare for me. I always at least every 1 to 3 nights I check before I go to bed. I'll check it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to show up because I hadn't seen you on
Yeah,
Facebook.
because you don't have my number, so
No.
I'll have to give it to you.
I don't know if we should exchange numbers there.
Yeah, well, maybe you don't
like
want me
the
to have your number
surprise.
yet because you are the boss, and it's
Well, I just like the surprise and not knowing
Yeah.
if you're going to show up.
yeah,
No, we should.
yeah.
Or maybe not.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should.
No, well, I should have yours just because I should check in, like tell you if I'm late or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I need to
fine.
have yours.
I'll give you some late
But
night phone calls.
I will tell you this. I do know you well enough, though, that you do like certain things, like if I want to sign up for another open mic or whatever, which I am, by the way, this Wednesday.
Yeah, you signed up on Wednesday.
I need to. You're not so much a phone call guy. You're more of a message through Facebook, private message through Facebook.
No, I
guy.
prefer you to text me.
Oh, text you. Okay, okay. Yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah.
I have this one weird friend of mine. He's like pushing 50, but he loves email, not text, not phone
could
calls.
see that.
But email. So all my friends, I learn what they like, and then I give that to them. So you're text first, and then instant or message. Facebook
Yeah,
message
I don't like
second.
Facebook knowing what I'm up to.
Yeah.
It weirds me out.
Well, they are known to be snitches.
Yeah.
You can't, So obviously, if there was something delicate, obviously I would never go through Facebook. But if it's just something like, hey, I'm blah, 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 I do notice you do a lot of business through the message end of Facebook, which is mostly private.
Only because I have to.
Yeah.
Most people
Well,
don't.
obviously not. Now, obviously, when I'm posting a joke, I post it on the page, but
It smells good. It's
Yeah, it does.
not really good in here.
You got a timer here?
No, there's a timer over there.
Oh, yes. I got. Oh,
We got about 2 more minutes left.
and we got the people out there. They're at home with us.
Yeah, they're just sort of getting a behind the scenes look at us.
Yeah,
Right?
and they're getting ready to go out Saturday night.
They're
Not like me. They have a life.
if they're watching this, do you think they're going to go out?
I think that one, either they're getting ready to go to bed and they're winding down.
Yeah.
Did I have up my thing? Is it still? I kind of bumped it.
It's still on.
Right. Or the opposite. They're like, say, Adam Papagon of There's a Place.
He's not watching.
Well, or if he is, he's getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, crap, look at those guys.
Maybe they're getting ready to come here for a game of tags.
Well, no, he's getting ready to go to Echo Park.
I thought the thing started at 7, didn't
It
it?
starts at 8.
Ah.
So, yeah. So.
Well, good luck, Adam Papagon. So as far as timing goes, we have another 40 minutes, right?
Oh, okay, so we have time.
So yeah, I'd rather just let this go. That's, I think, always the hardest thing for people is like knowing what to do when you have time to wait.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I like to drink when I'm cooking.
So, yeah. Well, go ahead and have a drink.
Oh, I'm sick. I'm not going to drink anything.
Okay. And what do you drink when you drink?
Whiskey.
Okay.
So see how it just released immediately?
Yeah.
And it's got that nice crisp on the skin.
Let's see the, high.
It's not about medium high. It's spitting a little bit.
Yeah.
So what we're doing also is we're trying to speed up the cooking process.
Uh-huh.
So most of the time you could just put the chicken in the oven right now and let it cook for about an hour. But for every few minutes that we cook it on the stovetop, we're losing like 5 to 10 minutes that needs to be in the oven.
Oh, okay. So this is helping it along.
Yeah. So I'm going to cook this way for another 5 minutes, and then it's going to go into the oven for about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I want to make sure it cooks to an internal temperature of 450 degrees. Yeah, let me make sure that's right. I should know these
Well, the
things.
internal temperature should be 165 degrees.
Right. Why did I say 400 degrees? 450 degrees. 165. You're right.
Because that was one of my jobs when I had this one restaurant in Pomona. It was called the Top of the Park Club.
Yeah.
Anyway, you go around and
Yeah.
that was my thing. So 165.
Yeah, it's important to do that. Like, most people think that they're cheating or something when they
No,
use a thermometer.
no, that's your thing.
Yeah, you don't want to get sick.
No, especially for a beginner like me. I mean, people get really good at like cutting out when they look at it, and some meats are pinker than others, but people have an eye that like you would have an eye by now, but I don't.
I don't have an eye for it.
And I see even a little pink, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. But if my thermometer says 165, then I'm
Yeah, exactly. Although you do have to measure out the bone with certain things.
Oh, other things that's right.
If
The
it's
bone might be
bone-in-
the coolest.
If it's boneless, it's a lot easier because it's uniform, but the density of the bone is a lot higher, so you need to make sure the bone reaches 165.
Oh, so you got to have your tip touching the bone. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's an important thing with bone-in chicken. Bone-in chicken is probably harder to cook because it takes longer. But we have
I
plenty
just
of time.
learned that.
Never knew that?
No.
Yeah, that's why most people fail when cooking bone-in meat products as opposed to bone out. Because they either leave it in for too long and it dries out, or they don't cook it for long enough and they get sick. Or it just tastes like raw chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you cut into it, it should run clear. And the bone should, usually you'll have a little bit of like crusty blood on the outside of the bone. This is going in the oven now.
Okay.
It's been cooking for about 10 minutes.
And the handle's not hot, huh?
No, but when it comes out of the oven, it's going to be really hot.
Oh, yeah.
Our parsnips are looking good. We can shake those up. Looks like they're cooking faster than I expected them to. Okay, now I can focus on our zucchini.
We should recycle this.
It'll be recycled for us.
Oh, somebody recycles it for you?
Yeah, people break into the dumpster and do the recycling.
Oh, so we're going to help out the puller?
Yeah. Although last night a guy broke into our dumpster and just threw trash everywhere.
That's not right.
No, it was not nice. These are now no longer being used because they have raw chicken that was on them.
Yeah. You put them in the sink?
Put them with the raw chicken board. All right, so let's move on to our zucchini and our onion. Have you ever cooked zucchini before?
No.
No? Zucchini and onion and garlic are three things that, typically you cook things with onion and garlic, right? So the main attraction of what we're gonna cook is the zucchini. If you think of an onion, like onions can be cooked underdone, overdone. burnt.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody gives a shit what an onion's like, right?
Yeah. You can do whatever you want with it.
And garlic, you typically don't even want to add it to your recipe until the last 30 seconds of the meal. A lot of people put garlic in their meal at the beginning to season the oil. But what you're really gonna do is you're gonna lose most of the flavor of the garlic. And you run the risk of burning the garlic, which tastes bad. You ever like that bitter burnt garlic flavor?
Oh, okay. I
so-
didn't know this. I'm learning something.
That's the thing a lot of people that think they know how to cook screw up, is they think, I need to
They
add
put
garlic.
the garlic in too early.
They put it in at the beginning, when garlic really is a very sensitive kind of bulb, and it cooks in a very low amount of heat very quickly. So we're gonna wait till the end to use our garlic.
Okay.
So we're gonna move that out of the way. Again, the onions will cook in as much time as we want them to cook. So the zucchini is the thing we're really gonna worry about with cooking this. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash this off. Give it a rinse.
Okay, sure.
So when we cook the zucchini onion, we have to worry about two things: the size of the pieces and the size of the pan. When we cook this vegetable, it needs to fit evenly in the pan. Because if you have any pieces that are stacked on top of each other, they're not going to get any heat. That's basically the difference between unilateral cooking and cooking in an oven. So when you cook in a pan on a stovetop, only heat is coming from the bottom up, right? When you cook in an oven, the heat is radiating all around. So it's coming from the bottom, it's coming from the sides. For the most part, you're actually getting more heat from the sides than from the bottom because this is a resistor and it's going to resist some of the heat.
Yeah.
So like in a 450-degree oven, this is going to take longer to reach 450 degrees than the air around the food. So what we need to do is we need to cut the pieces of this depending on the size of our pan. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. The easiest thing to do with zucchini is just cut it down the middle like that, and then cut it at the top like that. So we have two planks, right? And we're going to do that again. So we're just going to cut straight down. Cut.
So your parents didn't really teach you that much?
About cooking?
Yeah.
Taught me nothing. Nothing about cooking.
Is your mom, how is she as a cook? Just fair or?
Not a very good cook. She knows how to order she knows how to cook takeout. Right, that's the joke. So see how all these pieces are even? That's what we want. Even cut on our zucchini. We'll grab our pan. We'll transfer all of our pieces of zucchini. So it looks like we only need to cook one zucchini tonight. We're also going to add our onion. So I'm going to cut the onion in similar sized pieces to the zucchini.
Oh, big pieces. I like them big.
It'll cook down. Again, it's all about size and texture. If you have big pieces of zucchini, you probably need big pieces of onion.
Oh, really?
Because the smaller the onion is, the faster it's going to cook. The faster it's going to burn. You can use the onion smaller, but you have to add it later.
Though I do get it, got into bigger pieces of bell pepper.
Bell pepper?
Yeah.
You can add bell pepper to this
I like
too.
a good, lengthwise and then long, thin. What do they call them?
A kebab?
Julienne?
Julienne?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. I used to be allergic to bell peppers. When I was younger, I forced myself to eat them raw, like every day. And then I became unallergic to them.
Wow, that happens. You can do that.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil, about a teaspoon of oil to this.
They have they have a lot of vitamins in them. A lot of A, a lot of C.
Peppers? Yeah, they're very good for you.
A lot of A and a lot of C.
I'm just gonna shake this up. And this pan, you notice it didn't start hot, right? We didn't preheat the pan.
Yeah.
That's on purpose.
Because you didn't want to pre-cook or...
It's just so we get a more even cook on all of this stuff. We're able to prearrange everything, right? This pan looks nice and even. All the stuff's touching. The onion, for the most part, is touching. A few pieces aren't. So this is going to go onto our stove on about a medium heat. We're going to let this cook. We're going to start once in about 5 to 10 minutes. Once you start to see it smoking, once you start to hear it popping, and once you start to see liquid coming out of the onions and out of the zucchini. What we're doing is we're allowing the heat to sort of cure the zucchini and give it a nicer cook, an even cook.
Yeah.
So we get that nice brown evenness on it. And then we're going to stir it once.
Sounds good.
Again, what happens is if you stir it too early, you're going to get steamed zucchini because you're going to have water leaving, and then when something heats from the bottom, it starts to leach out moisture in that direction. And if you start to leach out the moisture and then you turn the thing, that moisture is going to start going the other direction. And it's not going to properly cook.
Oh.
What you want to do is give it the opportunity to let that moisture go out and cook the thing.
Oh, wow. So we don't turn it for at least 5 minutes.
You sick?
I just have a cough once in a while. I've had that, remember that little cold that was going around like me and Adam having stuff?
Yeah.
I think it's left over from that. Like I'm not sick. This is every now and then you have to clear your throat.
Yeah, it's a nagging cough.
It was a weird sickness. It wasn't that bad, at least not for me and most people.
Yeah.
And it was weird sickness. Everyone had it. Like West Los Angeles, San Juan Capistrano, and San Francisco Valley all got at the same time. Isn't it weird how like some diseases you can only get when you're next to somebody who has it?
Yeah.
And they kind of have to migrate slowly. And other diseases are instantaneously everywhere at once.
Well, it depends on how strong it is, right?
Well, not necessarily how bad it affects you either. It's just how strong the disease is and how it lives, I guess.
New virus, maybe.
Or maybe it has a long incubation rate, and that's why it appears to manifest itself simultaneously. But obviously, it can't do that because it would be illogical. You know, you'd have to. So maybe it just lays inside you for a while, just like. And this disease happens to take like a month to get rid of.
Yeah.
So it's like really, so it's mild, but it's like. It's just this weird little thing that's like, oh.
Well, I was on top of the world and I got super sick on Wednesday.
Now, I've heard about that. What you have is going around too. Thank God I don't have that. Would you throw up at all?
No, but people around here have been getting that.
Yeah.
I didn't eat anything.
My buddy just called me. He had that. He's just like getting better now.
I didn't eat for 2 days.
Yeah.
So maybe I would have puked, but I stayed in bed and didn't eat.
Yeah. Also, if you eat the right things, I think that prevents puking too. If I start not feeling well, I just eat healthier.
Yeah.
And my rate of puking is far less than it was when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's a good thing to talk about puking while we're doing a cooking show, isn't it, Dirk?
Yeah.
Oh, we have anything else to do?
Well, this is Dromebox. We're like cutting edge.
It is. We're the oddest cooking network that exists.
We're wacky. We're madcap. Do you miss that word, madcap?
Madcap? I think it's before my time, so I don't have time to miss it.
Well, how do I put this delicately? I hate Lewis, and I wish he would die.
Don't say that to me.
All right. No, I love Lewis. You know I love him.
I know.
He's a great guy, and he's my favorite little fella, and he's just.
That was a hell of a turnaround real quick.
But I do. I love the heck out of him. Of course, my name is Dirk, so that's Danish. So.
Is Dirk a Danish name?
Yeah, Mark, so.
What does it mean?
It actually, the name is a small dagger.
Of Dirk.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So.
Is that cooked enough for you?
That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Is that a new technique for you? Mm-hmm. Or just roasting something simply?
I like it. It's good.
Think you could do that at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Farm Box go up to Monrovia?
They do.
Good. And my dad, he was from Kansas.
Yeah.
So there were several months a year that you only got your fruits from canning.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of stuff was trained in from California or Florida.
Right, and you had to can it.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so we stirred it once. We're gonna let cooking on. The zucchini is very finicky. Like, it doesn't like to cook evenly. Chicken's done.
Is it done?
Yep. You wanna see? It's a little over even.
Is it 190?
Yeah, 190, right at the bone.
Good.
Okay. Dirk, last thing we're gonna do before this is over. So we're gonna turn off the pan for our vegetables, add some salt and pepper, add our garlic.
Oh, the darn garlic.
So the pan's off, right? And the garlic's going in.
Now stir it.
Just gonna stir it, let that cook for about 30 seconds with the heat off, and then we're gonna serve it. That's all you need.
So that way the garlic stays strong.
The garlic will cook in that time. One last tip for this. So you need to cook.
You're not gonna whip me in there anyway.
No, you need to cook with a pan that's oven safe, right? If you're gonna be roasting like this, whenever you take something out of the oven that's hot, you wanna wrap the handle with a towel. All right. And that'll stop anybody from getting injured.
She's singing.
There you go. Do you think you could do this at home?
Yes.
You're watching Drome Food.